Justin, what are your memories of the Payback pay-per-view? Go.
That your stupid ass has gone to like 50 of them.
I went to the first two ever, so how
I
about
remember CM Punk after he lost to Undertaker at WrestleMania 29, took his ball and went to the playoffs where the Hawks won, and then he showed up back in Chicago and
that? That's
faced
what I'm
Jericho.
saying. When I heard him talk about that in the podcast, it didn't. It kind of diminished the moment just a little bit, because you can see me during his entrance when they did like a wide shot, or maybe it's during Jericho's entrance. They could do a wide shot of the entire building, and you could see me up in the 200 level with my Punk flag. It's just a big CM Punk Best in the World logo, like waving like crazy. And I remember, dude, like I had a tear in my eye. I was like, "Oh, this is so cool! Like he's back, even though it's only been a couple months." Like it was one of those things where you don't like, when you are in a moment and you're like, "Wow, like this is the guy." You know what I mean? Like this is my favorite guy. Um, it's so cool to see. I had that moment when in 2009 with DX. Yeah, I had that moment again in 2011 with CM Punk when he won the title, and it's like you get those moments, and technically that would be the last time I would ever see Punk wrestle. So it makes sense. I don't
You
know
want to
what
hear
it
the
was in
last
the
time I
time.
watched Punk wrestle?
What
You want to hear the last time I saw Punk wrestle?
was that?
Night of Champions. I believe that is 2013,
Hmm.
and I'm gonna say he faced Curtis Axel. Am I right about that?
I feel like that's right. I'll look it up. Um,
Like right now, I'm Wikipedia results. No, Curtis Axel beat Kofi Kingston. Oh no. Curtis Axel was in a second match. Curtis Axel and Paul Heyman defeated CM Punk in a no disqualification handicap elimination match.
there it is. Yeah, so I'll take mine. No, but like
But the month before, I watched Punk versus Lesnar,
I
which
rewatched
which was a great match, a SummerSlam match.
there you go. You got that one at least. I rewatched 2013 Payback and 2014 Payback. 2013 Payback is a sneaky good show. Let me say this: like I didn't remember much from that night, but that was I enjoyed like seeing where everybody was back in that time. You know what I mean? And then 2014, that was a big deal at the time because that was Evolution coming back, having a match. I got to check off seeing Batista wrestle live, so that's pretty cool. Um,
Big
and
take.
then the last night of the Shield ever was that night because the next night Rollins turned heel, and I remember
Uh,
they put on a classic, and then they all fell in the middle of the ring after they won the match.
remember Payback when they had that Punk shirt, and I feel like I messaged you saying, "Can you buy me that shirt?" But you didn't have PayPal, so I couldn't send you money. And then it was on shop like the next day, and I was like, I don't want the shirt anymore.
So funny thing about that shirt, and then we'll get into the predictions. But so that was 2013. It was a black shirt. It had Punk kind of like looking in the mirror. It was like a cracked, like it looked like kind of like the logo where it was like cracked, and in the back it had the date, and it was really cool. And it was a sweet shirt. I still like. I know exactly where it is to this day. Um, and I had a friend at that time. I'm not going to say his name just because I don't want to give any shout outs or anything because I don't know what happened to him. Um, I legit like I think he's still alive, but you never know. He was buddy with all the super fans. Brock Lesnar guy, WWE's biggest fan, Frank the Clown. He was like right next to all of them, waiting in line at the box office. Anyway, so I was talking to him in line at the box office, and he was saying that WWE's biggest fan, the guy with the jacket, the white jacket, he bought
Yeah,
like
there
30 of
goes.
them. He bought like 30 of them in like different variations of sizes because everybody had PTSD from the first time that they did, a Punk shirt with the date on it. And so, legitimately, later that night, it was on Shop. And I laughed. I was
Did
like,
it have the date on it? I don't remember.
it had the date on it on Shop too. Yep.
Oh.
Because
Like
even
so, they
WWE.
themselves realized we should put the shirt out from last time.
Yeah.
because seeing how much money they could have made that night if they just put it up during the show.
Definitely, dude. If you put up that, like, yeah, I mean, yeah, exactly. Like, that's why.
We could make a whole podcast on the history of that CM Punk shirt, but anyway.
But tonight we are talking about Payback 2020.
Payback 2020.
Yes.
And you have the card pulled up because I don't.
I do. So we're gonna go through it, starting with Big E versus Sheamus. I mean, this is one of those matches where it's like, it's on, and I'll like turn away and like do something else. You know what I mean? Like,
I've been thinking Big E. Okay, like 2013, I thought Big E would be like a megastar by now.
oh, dude, I gotta give credit on the record. Do you remember when AJ and Caitlyn had that feud for the title back in 2013, and Big E was Caitlyn's secret admirer or whatever? Do you remember?
Oh, yeah.
this?
Yeah.
Okay, so he came out, he like dipped her down, and then he just threw her down. Me and Britain, like, I feel like we think about that moment like once a year. We lost it. We lost it. I mean, Big E will forever be one of my favorites because of that moment right there. So that's yeah, I think honestly, I mean, this might be one of the better actual wrestling matches on the show. So
Big E's gonna win.
I think so too. I think that Biggie is. What happened to everybody else? What happened to Kofi and Xavier?
Oh, I thought Xavier was still injured. Am I wrong about that?
Oh, I don't know. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. Next, we got Matt Riddle versus King Corbin.
This is like every time like someone comes up from NXT, they have to do like a Corbin match. I don't know because I just remember from Shinsuke.
Do you think Matt Riddle is like not as hot as he was in NXT?
Bro, everyone that comes up to the main roster is hot, like, and then just like ice bucket challenge. Just throw a bucket of ice water on them and they just
Yeah,
cool off so fast. You know what I mean?
because I went to
They
a
turn from like a like a hot coffee to an iced coffee so quick.
I went to my Walmart and they had like the like like they have like the new elites for
Yeah, Elite
WWE,
78.
and Riddle is in there, and also our Truth with the 24/7 title, and
Which I
Drew,
low
what's
key.
his name? Not Drew.
Our truth has been like I was like our truth.
Drake Maverick. Okay, so Drake Maverick has the sign that says "Wanted our Truth." So I took a picture of the two of them together because I thought it was the funniest thing. So I looked at that Riddle and I was like, I wonder if I should buy this because this might be like a rare figure because like Matt Riddle is so good. So I left. A couple days later, I go back. All of them are still there. Riddle's still there, except for the R Truth. And I was like,
Yeah, I know.
wow, what a
In
time.
my head, like when you say that out loud, I think that Drake Maverick and our truth would be the ones that would be the rare ones eventually.
I guess so. I guess I should have bought that R Truth. But you know what? It is what it is. I think Matt Riddle's gonna win this match, even though probably Corbin's gonna like win. But that's
No,
besides
Matt
the point.
Riddle's gonna win. I shouldn't say with confidence. I think Matt Riddle's gonna win.
Yeah, I want Matt Riddle to win, but Corbin, you know, it is what it is. Anyway, we got Dominic Mysterio and Rey Mysterio versus Seth Rollins and Murphy. Probably the match they should have done first, but they wanted to rush into that Mysterio or Dominic Mysterio and Seth Rollins match.
This I think will be a great match.
I think so
I
too. I think it's gonna.
This will be the show stealer. This will
You
be
think
probably the
so?
best match on the show.
Yeah, I can see that. You got four great wrestlers, and Dominic obviously showing what he's made of at SummerSlam last week. I'm talking like we had like build up to this. Like I don't think we mentioned this is like a week after SummerSlam. What are they
They
doing?
went. They did the go home show and the what is it? The go home show
And the
and the
post.
show after pay per view at the same night.
Yeah, like what are we doing here? I don't know. I think Dominic and Ray are gonna win.
That's
What do you
it.
think? I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, I think so too.
And I just get their
So
comeuppance.
let's skip 4 and 3 because you're on Wikipedia, and let's go to 1, 2, 4, and let's do 1, 2, 4, 3.
So we got Bayley and Sasha Banks, who are the tag team champions, versus Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax. I don't know what the story is between those
Shayna
two, but
Baszler.
that's like a weird pairing.
Okay, I watch Raw. I put on Raw, and Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax started off making fun of each other, and now they're a tag team. And the joke is they're probably going to win the tag team championships.
I guess so. Yeah. I mean, because they're doing the Bayley and Sasha thing.
Or is WWE do the swerve on the swerve where you think they're going to win, but they swerve you and they're not going to win?
I don't think
But
they
it's
thought that much into it.
Okay.
I really don't think they thought that much into it. But now that we're on the topic of women's wrestling, I watched that Fighting with My Family movie today. And I just wanted to give my thoughts on it. Justin, have you watched it?
I watched it in the movie theater when it came out.
You did?
Yeah.
Okay, here's what I'm thinking. So watching it, if I'd never maybe if like oh like I have a friend who watches wrestling or oh I've seen wrestling before, then it would be a really good movie. But because I know pretty much exactly how that movie should have gone, I'm like, what are
But
we like?
you can't do that whole movie.
No, like
you need a cinematic with it. That's like everything. That's like when people say what's it called? That's like when people say, "Oh, the book's better than the movie." Like that's what's happening when you're watching that movie. The movie's good. You just know the context of what NXT is. It's not some weird ring the horn and you go home. And you don't just go randomly get called up like that. You know?
I mean, I don't know, dude. Like they couldn't even they didn't even film at the performance center. They made the performance center look like this incredibly looking place. Like the performance center that they used.
You gotta build a set. You're not gonna film the performance center where people actually go work there.
I guess like I don't know, dude. It was just like it was weird. It was weird because I knew how it was going.
You're overthinking the movie. I thought it was a great movie.
I'm saying like I heard a lot of bad things about it. That was like a really good movie. I had a lot of fun watching that movie, except for the fact that like I knew how like
You know the story. I'm
yeah
at WrestleMania 30. I know how the story goes. Like
I want
she just doesn't win the Divas Championship. She wins NXT and then whatever. You know.
yeah I want like when I watch a movie where it's based on like actual events, I want it to be like the actual event turned up just a little bit, like turn up enough so it's like made for the movie. This was like I don't know, dude. It was a really good movie. I enjoyed it, but like it was just you could tell that WWE produced that movie. You know what I mean?
A little bit, I guess.
But I don't know, and the fact that like um, well, like Rock just kind of like was that like true? Like these are the things I want to know. Like, did Rock
No,
actually?
it's not a biopic. It's just just a movie. It's a movie that some stuff happened, but it didn't happen exactly how they put it in this movie.
So Apollo Crews versus Bobby Lashley for the United States Championship. Um, I mean, I feel like I want Apollo Crews to win, but I have a feeling that Bobby Lashley is going to win because
Lashley's winning
MVP
because the
and
Hurt
Shelton.
Business needs a tight championship. You know
Yes.
the Hurt Business, right?
What?
The Hurt Business.
No.
It's MVP and Sean Benjamin. Never mind.
Anyway.
Terrible.
So,
Do you even watch it?
sometimes I question myself, but it is what it is. Let's go to a match that I actually care about watching: Keith Lee versus Randy Orton. I think that's going to be a great match.
I think it'll be great, but I don't think it'll top the Mysterio Seth Rollins tag team match.
I I don't know. I think that could be a fun match. If they let Keith Lee be Keith Lee and Orton be Orton, I think it'll be fun.
I think it'll be great, but I think it won't be match of the night. I just think it'll be a great match though.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully it doesn't end some screwery with Drew McIntyre, but I feel like that'll happen. So that means if Keith Lee beats Orton, that means it's Drew versus Keith Lee. You think they're gonna shoot like rocket ship Keith Lee to a title match already?
What?
Like he's gonna win. I'm saying, you know what I mean?
I'm
Hello?
sorry. I just got like a weird text message from like a random thing. What were you saying?
I said, do you think if Keith Lee beats Orton, they rocket ship him to Drew?
Oh, I could see that. Yeah, let's do it. Why not? I feel
Or
like Keith Lee, like he debuted and he didn't have the same theme, and like people were complaining about his shirt and everything. Like, yeah, why not? Like, if all that is because he's going to be, put a rocket ship on him, like by all means, I think he deserves like, I think he deserves to beat Orton. I think he deserves to be champion. Like, why not?
main event. Everyone's buzzing about this after the end of SmackDown, where Roman Reigns
Oh,
has joined forces with Paul Heyman, and he will be facing Bray Wyatt, the champion, versus Braun Strowman in a triple threat no holds barred match. Which technically a triple threat match is kind of no disqualification as it is, so that makes no
yeah.
sense.
Dude, when I saw that clip, let me tell you, that was one of those things where it's like, it was so cool that I forgot the fact that everybody has been talking about this happening for years and we just never thought it would. And I'm very excited to see what Heyman and Roman are going to do. You know
So
what I mean?
Roman, like there's no other way.
What do you mean?
Roman's winning. Roman's winning
Oh,
the title. There's
oh,
no other option.
especially after Friday, 1,000%. You know what I mean? Like,
You know what? I'm gonna say Fiend retains.
what are we doing? We're not betting. We're not like winning. You know what I mean?
I'm
Like,
just gonna say. I'm just saying. I think Fiend's gonna retain. You know what? I'm going to what I'm gonna. I'm thinking WWE logic. I'm
I don't
not
know.
thinking AEW logic or New Japan logic.
Roman wins, LOL. None of that.
I'm gonna think Ring of Honor logic, and the Fiend's winning,
Oh, jeez.
retaining. Actually, if it was Ring of Honor logic, Strowman would win. So the Fiend's gonna retain.
What do you say about that?
What do you mean?
What do you mean by that?
Because Ring of Honor picks like the worst champion to put the title on. You
Oh,
know?
yeah, Matt
Remember
too.
when they put PCO as champion?
Oh yeah, people forget that.
So
Wow.
yeah, I think the Fiend's gonna retain, and Roman's gonna win the title, and it's gonna be Brock versus Roman at 37
Hold on.
for the third time.
People are forgetting. You're forgetting a key aspect in this whole thing.
Okay.
I forgot what his name is. Otis. Huh?
Oh, you think Otis is
Huh?
gonna cash in?
Huh?
You think Otis is gonna cash in?
It'd be a real shame. Maybe Otis is going to team with going to side with Paul Heyman, and
Imagine Roman wins and Otis came and pinned Roman. You know what? That's some WWE shit right there. Let's. I'm gonna pick that as my answer, my final answer.
I want nothing more than Otis to come in the match, um, and then Bray Wyatt and Strowman are like just gone, like they disappeared. Like I don't know where they are, but they're gone. And then Otis cashes in, and then he sees Roman. He shakes hands with Paul Heyman. He lays down, and because he like inserted himself in the match, Seth Rollins style, Roman pins him, and then he becomes a champion. And Roman becomes champion because he you know what I mean?
And that is WCW. You booked WCW.
I mean, I mean,
You are
yeah.
Vince Russo. The wrong Vince.
I mean, you know,
So
it
there you go.
lasted for a little bit.
You literally just booked WCW 1999.
I don't hate it. Anyway, all right. Well, that's it. Where do you think Renee Young is going?
AEW or ESPN.
You think so?
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be like I don't think she's gonna go to anywhere anytime soon. Um, I feel like it's gonna be like a year, and then be like, oh yeah, she's in this company. You know what I mean? I think.
I don't think a year. I
Why
think
would they?
I think the beginning of January at most.
You think so?
I think she's just chilling at home, taking her time off,
Yeah,
taking her 3 months.
that's what I'm saying. Like, Why would they? Well, hold on. Here's the thing. Here's something I didn't think about. When Ambrose left, they like rolled out the red carpet for him when he left, and they're doing the same thing with Renee. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's pretty crazy to think about. I don't know. I just thought about that in real time. So maybe she's gonna go to AEW.
I picked Fiend to win WWE style. Mike picked Roman to win WCW style. And yeah, there you go.
Yeah, that's
a
it.
preview. We're not doing a live stream tomorrow. I'll be doing a live stream. I don't know with who though. We'll figure it out.
Breach
I'm just doing about it.
You can get Breach.
Anyways, we're out of here.
That's it. We'll see you on the next one.